Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be taking a look at this place. The nice kind of ugly interior that I never finished when I was terraforming the outside. And I want to finally take a look at terraforming this, making this actually pretty and nice and usable. Having some kind of connection between the up above and down below. I'm still going to keep the look of the dungeon below, but I want to have like kind of a more organic, natural transition here, as well as potentially taking a look at the area next to the tree farm in that whole section if we have time. So first things first, I gotta get rid of these terrible pillars that I, for some reason, thought was a good idea at the time. This place actually looks a lot nicer without torches, I'm not gonna lie. Now we need to get rid of these water puddles, just so we can kind of put them where we want them. But I guess the first step is to kind of get some kind of wall thing here. And we're just going to use stone to begin with. I'm going to use stone for the most of it. And maybe I should put andesite in right away. Probably using both stone and andesite right away would be easier. Let's get some kind of shape here. We do need to terraform into the ground, though. So maybe even do a combination of that. Let's start with these walls. So for those of you that were wondering how I exactly do some of the terraforming, I basically build up random shapes and pillars, kind of going around the shape I want. And then I modify them. So for example, I think we're going to be going ahead and making some of the areas stick up above this platform and breaking it up so it won't be so perfect. So this one, for example, will have an area up above and then it's going to go in and out. And as we make more of these pillars at random shapes and random looks and start pushing that same effect down below, it's going to make it a little more natural. So first we need to grab more kind of random shapes as we progress through the circle and add more things above to break up the actual platform. And then we'll go ahead and start moving down. So let's break it up first. Few more variations up top, and then we'll make it go down. This place is looking a lot more interesting now. So we're having areas that stick up above. We're having different shapes here. And if we go up above, yeah, this is starting to be real nice. So we have a lot more stone here. And I think that once we hit 116, this is all going to be swapped out to prismarine and warped wood. It's going to be a nice wooden blue theme for all of this. And then I'm going to use this area here that currently is just a lower level as a transition between the earth and the actual area. So ignore the fact that this area looks kind of weird meshed with stone. It's going to be replaced. For now, we're just going to be focusing on terraforming the earth itself. This is actually starting to be real nice. So we're going ahead and connected up the stone areas here. So there's a lot more just general rubble and stone here, which is real nice. The bottom area is still kind of the same, but it gives us an idea of how this is going to look. So it's going to be a lot more kind of destroyed area here, which I think is going to be a kind of a nice contrast compared to the outside green area. The inside's going to be nice stone walls, and maybe some green areas as well, but definitely not like the outside. So I think now that this area is done, I need to take out my shovel and my pickaxe and slightly start carving into the bottom area. I think we need to start breaking this up and maybe collect some of this stuff that fell down here. So the next step is kind of complete, which is to kind of go through these and carve into the walls. So you can see some of these areas kind of carve into the mountains. There's like holes here and there. And basically what I just did is I went in through every single one of these and I started digging down, just digging down randomly in different situations until we get to roughly, you know, the area near the bottom. So the top is going to be building into the air where we place the blocks. This is going to be carving out the blocks. Now, of course, a lot of this is still going to be swapped out, but for getting the shape down, I think there's the two different versions where you have a clean space and you have the place you have to carve into. So I guess the next step is to actually go ahead and kind of clean out the areas in between all these kind of paths I have made and see what it looks like. So the way I'm doing it is I'm going through kind of the paths I made, and then I'm just clearing out the in-between areas. So, for example, here, I'm just going to clear this out because it's facing the center, and I want that to be gone. We mined out the inner walls, and the inner walls I want to keep, and the outer walls... Sorry, the outer walls, I guess, compared to the center, we want to keep, and the inner walls are just in the way. So we're just going to clear this out, and then we can keep this nice, more organic shape in the back, which hopefully is going to look nice at the end. So when you're digging into the stone, you find areas like holes or areas you want to go across, just do the same thing as above. Make kind of little pathways and connect it up. Remember, just because there's like a cave doesn't mean you have to keep the cave, but you can. Caves tend to have like relatively organic shapes. And you can then go in and terraform, of course. Oh, that looks actually... Before I... I'm still digging out the little trenches, but... Look at that. Once, all the in-between are done, I think it's gonna look real cool, actually. I kind of like the... Like, almost the cuts in the ground. I'm not gonna keep them. But... Maybe... I'll bring them back once it's cleared out more? I don't know. That actually looks really nice. Unintentionally nice. Which is kind of the best kind of nice. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get a little bit of interesting shapes here. So, yeah, it's just a matter of kind of going in and just randomly breaking blocks in between them and breaking it up as much as you can. Now, of course... There's still going to be some areas that are going to be a little weird. Right now, of course, I haven't gone, like, here. But we're getting a lot of randomness now. I've got a little cave in there. Maybe I want to tweak this area a little bit. But we're getting there. It's starting. It's starting. I like where this is going. And from down here, it's starting to get different shapes. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. I don't like, of course. That one's going to be a little weird. I think the actual connection here... It's gonna be a little weird until we probably update to 1.16. Because then we'll be able to do a better gradient here. Because I want to probably use some crimson and some other blocks, especially some maybe basalt or blackstone. I don't know. There are probably some good blocks for transition. But for now, it's starting to get there. It's starting to get there. Definitely gonna need to do something about this transition. I'm probably gonna want to break up the circular nature, the clean circular nature of the bottom at some point. And then we can combine it, because I really like that area I actually really like. So it's starting to get there. And just a little pickaxe and just kind of blending between the little slices here. So we just go from here, check out where's this one, and this one goes in, so we try to kind of curve it out between them. And clear out all the blocks in between. And if something looks too straight and weird, just go in and break those blocks. And it's all, up to your interpretation how you want it to look, so... It's like Bob Ross paintings, Happy little accidents. If you clear a little too much and you don't like it, just put the blocks back. You have all the control you could ever want. The more I look at these areas, the more I'm thinking what the plan is once 1.16 comes out and we're doing the bottom and rebuilding we have to rebuild the storage system, rebuild the design on that. I'm actually going to take that terraforming and bring it all the way down. And maybe even get rid of those walls and then build kind of walkways into the walls. I think that's going to look quite nice versus trying to blend a straight circle or even a weird circle with the stone. I'm going to bring the stone down and then work around that. From up top, it's really starting to come together. I think I'm going to put a waterfall there. That darkness, and having the waterfall kind of go down from effectively nowhere might be pretty cool. Of course, I still need to connect it from the upstairs section. But having it kind of come out from nowhere and then maybe either go into an area in the actual downstairs or just into some rocks, I think will look real nice. And if we come over to the other side... Yeah, and then we have like almost like a cave section there. Some areas are flat, quote unquote. So if I look at it from this side, like that's more of a flattish area, but that's fine. It's good to have nice contrasted area. So I am real happy with this. So I think honestly the next step is to take a break from this area and maybe start working on the top area. And so the first thing I usually do for those kind of things is make random loops connecting it. It kind of helps figure out the placement for things, at least for me. So here we got the first ring. I'm working on the second one, but you're starting to see by adding these kind of rings, I'm going to do one here and one in the lower level. It's kind of get an interesting kind of shape. So we had one ring to connect them, and it's going to make our job a little bit easier as we kind of put random blocks and kind of connect them in random different ways. And I'm not really even thinking too much. I just know my end goal is connecting it to this one, and then how I do it and how it connects, it doesn't really matter at that point. And if it goes up, it goes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. What matters is it just feels a bit random. Of course, we can then go in and connect it differently. If it doesn't look good, it's all in our power. There we go. 3 layers in. 1, 2, 3. These two are a little bit closer, but it's fine. We kind of just need to break this up a little more. So the next step is to take the stone, and if we grab, let's grab a little bit more stone real quick. And if I grab this stone, yeah, stone. So the way this works is I can start on the bottom, for example, and all I do is try to extend this. So I'll just place blocks kind of randomly and extend it in kind of different locations. So just kind of between here and this is the setup. So we want to just place these blocks effectively willy-nilly, but make unique and interesting shapes as we go along. So as this thing progresses and grows and it becomes, something more than it was. So just in those small shapes, you're just going to start seeing this kind of build up as we start connecting all of these up. I think I actually got all the dirt and the first layer done. Look at that. Okay. Let's take it a look from up top. So this is with all the grass/dirt kind of removed, and kind of the first connection done there. So you see some of these areas are a little bit flatter all of a sudden, but some of them still connect just fine. And I'm not going to worry about the kind of areas that go from real, weird to more flat. I'm going to finish it up. And then, of course, in this episode, we're not going to actually finish all the terraforming. We're going to finish the base. So it's all going to look like this, more or less. Kind of more organic, but the plan at the end is to do something like I did here, which is to use different materials, different grays, different greens, without breaking all the leaves. Cobblestone needs to be introduced for other rocks. There's going to be a lot more variation. But in this episode, we are just making it look a little bit more nice and organic. It is looking nice. We're only halfway down the second one, but already. So you can see where those sections connected and how they went kind of along it. It's starting to come together. Oh. I like that. Okay. We got more to do. But the detail's starting to come in. Of course, the detail paths still need to come in, but yes. And all I'm doing is just taking regular stone, taking andesite, and just willy-nilly kind of placing it down, connecting these up, filling in the holes. Doing it from the back currently because it's easier to stand, but you can do it from the front, from the back. It doesn't matter. And then you just keep going all around. Yes. That deep, dark area right there. Waterfall will be added. It's going to go down, and then I don't know if I'm going to probably have the little stream go right there. and probably collect on rocks. I think that's the plan. I still really like that spot. I still really like that spot. I'm getting a few, like, darker areas. Let's continue. Small little progress report. Progress is kind of continuing. We've done over 2.5. We're now in the third of 4 layers. And... oh, it's coming together. That bottom's gonna need a big rework. But that's on a different, time frame. It's gonna go with this section, then probably the next thing would be to, in 1.16, to kind of continue the area down there, and then the last pass, which is going to be kind of the most difficult and time-consuming one, will be the detailing pass. And considering the area, there's going to be a lot of stairs, a lot of slabs, and a lot of just different materials. Wools, probably, gray wools, some probably terracotta, some concrete powder. Probably is all going to be going in there and swapping it out and making it look much nicer. I think we may actually be done. Hey, what? I didn't even realize that. Hold on. Did I actually cover this entire back area? Oh my god, I think I have. In that case, how do I get out of here? Oh god, I didn't think this through. I was working from the back. Okay, do we have an area here where we can get out easily? You're too tall and you're just stone. Okay. Okay. We can do this. Place the 2 stone down and then break you, and we're out. And of course it's nighttime. And of course it is nighttime. But it's okay. We can remedy that. Nighttime, easily remedied. Here we go. What does this place look like? Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Ooh. I like it. And I'm not just saying that because I built it. I actually like... I was really worried about how the transition there. Yeah. Let's check this out from a few different angles. Okay. I think we need to fix up some of those stones, clearly, because those still need to be fully rounded out. But, oh, yes. Yeah, I think as a finishing touch, now that the stone is kind of placed in, why is that area right there? I want to fix that too. I think I'm going to put a little bit of grass right there and get the waterfall in. At least something temporary. I know I put the grass in, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's too far down, and maybe it's just... I think just this area right here is just too even in terms of its distribution. I think we just need to make a few modifications to this and not have it go down as far. Probably have it kind of flatten out here maybe a little more instead of going downhill. So we've gone ahead and set up kind of a glass waterfall, which was a interesting choice, but I think it's the right choice. Because now I don't have to deal with water and actually worrying about it, coming all the way down. And if I come up top and actually take a look at it from here, we're not going to see anything because it's nighttime. Oh, there we go. From a distance, you can start to make out what it is. At certain angles, it is a lot more interesting now in that area. So we've gone ahead and used blue and light blues. We've used some different blocks for the actual grass now. So it's starting to get a lot more interesting. And if I come down to, let's say, this area here. Yeah, it's starting to get a lot more interesting. I would kind of like to get some kind of lighting going, but I think... yeah, either sea lanterns or the new blue fire torches, torches or lanterns would maybe work. Because currently using regular glowstone or things I have access to just isn't going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it. But yeah, a little bit maybe brighten up just a tad up top would be so good. Ooh, okay, okay. It's a little bit of lighting. So if hidden under those carpets, we have some glowstone, which is the same kind of setup we have out here, where we hid a bunch of glowstone underneath, you know, green and gray carpets, so that way we get lighting in areas. And of course, whenever you place them to hide them, you need to have 2 blocks to the side. Otherwise, you're actually going to see the side of the glowstone. So I think maybe just a little bit more. I'm probably going to want to grab a green one or another glowstone right over here. It's spattered a little bit more, but I think this is going to be the way to do it right now until we get the 116 blocks. Well, it's something. It's something. The light sources right now are way too strong, honestly, for nighttime. And 116, we can swap them out to the nice dimmer blue light sources, and that's gonna be a little bit better. Also, probably try to find better placements for them later on. This is this whole thing is a temporary setup. It's kind of the pre-detail pass. We need 116 to come out so we can fix up the sword system and redesign it, redesign how it connects here, and then do the detail pass. And when we do the detail pass, I want to have a nice looking, maybe glass style waterfall as well, an oasis, maybe some a nice like pool area. I don't know. We'll figure out something quite cool, I think. And randomly, thanks to a wandering trader, we actually have a conduit. I've never made one of these. Oh! It's my first ever conduit in Minecraft. And then it'll go back into storage, where it'll probably not be used for a really, really long time. And that's fine. Yes, yes, yes. Just a little bit less lighting and a bit more greenery with the actual plants. Oh, that adds so much. Still not really too happy with it. And I got a hole, but it's fine. We'll fix that in a second. Okay, okay, good. So this right here is our final result on our first pass. We have added in kind of this broken up area, and remember, this area in between is all going to be changed up to make it a nice transition between these rocks and here. That's all going to be changing in the future. We now have a nice terraformed center. It's no longer that ugly, ugly thing. And we just have kind of this dungeon below that eventually is going to nicely transition between them. And it's all going to be wonderful. Well, that is going to do for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. And next time, we got to work on a wolf farm. Hope you're excited. Till then, take care. Bye!